Outside the high-end Hotel Shanwai, Gao Wen told Xingwang that she needed to deliver something to a client and would return in about an hour. Xingwang said goodbye, feeling a surge of optimism, convinced he was going to make a lot of money that day. As he walked towards the hotel, he noticed a couple of his colleagues from school. They saw him get out of an expensive car and immediately began to speculate, saying there was no way he could afford an 8 million yuan car. They assumed he'd hooked up with a rich woman, which was why he was suddenly so eager to attend the class reunion. One of the guys snidely remarked that the rich woman was probably old and ugly, otherwise she wouldn't even look at Xingwang. The girl chimed in, suggesting it could also be a rich old man, as the world is quite open these days. Xingwang, overhearing their conversation, walked over and confronted them, asking if they were jealous that he had found a rich girlfriend while they hadn't. The blonde woman retorted that she would never be jealous of someone like him, or need to cling to anyone for money. Xingwang then countered by asking why she had married a factory director, even pushing out his wife to do so. She angrily denied his accusations, calling them nonsense. Just then, a car pulled up beside them, and a beautiful girl stepped out. A handsome man escorted her. Their classmates whispered excitedly, recognizing her as the goddess of their class and identifying her companion as the young master of the famous Ping family, whom they had seen on TV. One of the classmates jokingly suggested Xingwang should go say hello, wondering if his girlfriend was keeping him on a tight leash. Xingwang, ignoring the jibe, greeted Mengxi, his school crush. She responded with an awkward hello. He then told his classmate that his girlfriend was not the controlling type, before excusing himself to go inside the hotel. His former classmates continued to gossip, commenting on how Xingwang was not on the same level as young Master Ping and remarking that he looked like a toad. Meanwhile, Ping Taiha, the young master, told Mengxi he needed to run some errands and would return later. She wished him a safe drive, and he left. Her classmates immediately began gushing over how well they looked together, asking when the wedding would be. Mengxi demurred, simply saying that he was amazing because he had taken time out of his busy schedule to bring her there. A bit later, after everyone arrived, the classmates were having fun in the private room of the hotel. But Xingwang was sitting alone, doing something on his phone. One of the guys was saying that the economy's been tough these last few years because he only managed to acquire one floor of the building opposite the city hall. The others were impressed and asked how much it did cost, to which he answered tens of millions. At another table, Mengxi was telling the girls that she will probably be a housewife because she isn't good at anything, and they were saying that she will be a wealthy lady. A couple of other girls were saying that the ring looks expensive and her fiancé is the young master of the Ping family, who seems to really love her. Mengxi was thinking that they all are poor jealous people, but there is nothing she can do about her charm. Meanwhile, Xingwang was thinking that he forgot about the hospital building he donated. An assistant informed him that his family home has been renovated and that the hospital building will soon be ready for use. One of the guys asked why is Xingwang sitting alone, and the other answered that he is sad because the goddess is getting married. The protagonist told them that there is no reason to be sad, her getting married is a reason of happiness. The guy with red hair said that he is too poor to look busy on his phone, or is he doing overtime for his crappy job? Xingwang said that he is indeed working overtime. He is doing his best transforming the world for the better. After hearing that, all his colleagues started laughing. The guy with red hair said that the protagonist isn't a kid anymore and he should mature already. But Xingwang wasn't entertained by their attitude. The guys started saying that they were only joking, he doesn't have to take it so seriously. The protagonist said that they are so funny that he forgot to laugh. He then said that he should leave now because his house is under renovation and the construction crew needs his opinion. The same funny guy told him to eat before leaving, and then asked if they can visit him when the house will be ready. Xingwang answered that his house is too modest to fit all of them, and then another guy added that couldn't afford a house in this city with his meager salary, so it's probably a shoebox apartment. The protagonist continued saying that indeed, the house is too small for such distinguished guests like them, and then, the blonde girl told him to not try and dodge the bill. He said that he will pay his share when they are going to post the bill on the chat group. She said that this is the most high-end hotel in the city, so even a bottle of wine costs thousands, so if he leaves the group and avoids them, who is going to cover his share? Xingwang made a payment of 10,000 yuan and asked if this sum is enough to cover for his share. The guys started saying that Xingwang is so prideful that he would even go broke to impress other people. The blonde girl said that it won't cost that much so there is no need to show off. Mengxi said that she will cover his bill, and all the classmates started praising her that she is a true goddess. I am both beautiful and kind-hearted, was thinking the blonde girl. Xingwang knew that she is a shallow woman that used him only to copy his homework when they were in school, so that didn't impress him. He then said that he actually has no need for these 10,000 yuan, so there is no need for her to cover for him. The girls started saying that he is an ungrateful bastard that cannot appreciate people's sympathy, while Mengxi added that they shouldn't attack him like that, he is immature and acts on impulse. Xinguang dropped off his mask and told her to stop acting like a savior because she is no goddess. He wanted to keep this friendly, but they all are shameless. He then turned towards the waiter and said that he will pay for the meal. One of his colleagues took out a VIP card and said that in order to pay for a VIP room, you need to be a VIP member. Xinguang told the waiter to call his manager, but he said that he is very busy. The VIP colleague said that he also wants to speak with the manager and the waiter complied. The colleague was thinking that Xinguang will make a fool out of himself. A couple of moments later, the manager showed up. The protagonist asked if it's true that only VIP members can pay the bill for the room, and the manager confirmed, which made Xinguang say that he wants a VIP card. His colleagues started laughing because a country bumpkin like Xinguang thinks that he can get a VIP card for free, when a minimum spend of 500,000 yuan is needed. The protagonist asked how much would cost him to clear out all the people from this room, and the manager answered that they don't turn customers away. While his colleagues kept making fun of him, he offered 10 million yuan. The manager was shocked to hear such a big amount. Everybody stopped talking and the room fell into silence. Xinguang continued saying that he will pay 10 million for a meal in a quiet place, he doesn't even need the VIP card anymore. The manager was thinking that this man looks poor, but who in the right mind would pay 10 million for a meal? He then said that even if he is joking about the amount, he shouldn't go overboard. Xinguang offered him the card and asked to swipe it for 10 million. His colleagues were saying that his card looks overused and old, there is no way that he has millions on it. They were also saying that he had something urgent and now he is trying to show off, he isn't even good at lying. Xinguang is just a crazy person who thinks that he is rich, the card won't go through. The waiter announced that the payment of 10 million yuan was successful. They were all shocked, thinking that this might be a dream. How can the poorest person have that amount of money? The protagonist asked if he can eat in peace now that the payment was accepted, and the manager said that he is at his service. He then told everyone that it's time for them to leave. A notification message was triggered awarding the protagonist with 20 million yuan for treating money like numbers. One of the colleagues asked Xinguang how can he disrespect them and throw them out just like that. One of the girls added that some of them are influential people from Sang City, and this way he will make enemies out of them. The protagonist answered that he is not afraid, also they invited him so they can make fun of him and so they can feel good about themselves. But, if they pay more than him for this meal, then he will be the one leaving. Some of the girls were saying that they shouldn't bother, because they can always find another place to eat. Someone entered the room and said that he will pay 10 million and 1 yuan, then asked the protagonist to leave. It was the young master Ping, who then assured his girlfriend that he will take care of it. Mengxi asked why did he leave his business to come, and he answered that she is his priority. They were all happy to see that the young master Ping came to help them. After all, Xinguang stands no chance against a century-old family's wealth. The protagonist was thinking that he added 1 yuan to spite him, but this will be interesting. He then remembered that the butler who visited him mentioned that the name of his master is someone with the name Ping. The rich blonde man asked Xinguang why is he so silent, is there only 10 million in his account? He then turned towards his girlfriend and said that his opponent doesn't seem that strong, and she said that he shouldn't judge that easily. The protagonist said that this was a matter between colleagues, but if he insists on interfering, then he can only thank him, while thinking that this guy is a fool that will help him make more money. He took his card out again and asked to swipe it for another 5 million. The manager couldn't believe that there is a battle between rich gods and he is profiting from it. Ping Taihe announced 15 million and 1 yuan, then Xinguang announced 20 million yuan. Taihe announced 20 million and 1 yuan. And the protagonist received another notification, awarding him with 50 million yuan and encouraging him to keep going. Mengxi was thinking that she chose the right person to get married with. Xinguang announced that he is bored and raised his bet to 30 million yuan. Everybody was encouraging the young master Ping to keep going because Xinguang cannot compare to him or his wealth. Mengxi was wondering why is her future husband so silent, if he loses this, then she will also lose face. Taihe was losing his mind because what crazy person spends this amount of money on a meal? He was planning to invest in this hotel, and after swiping his card, he could have talked with the owners to return his money. But 30 million is too much, he doesn't have a money printer, this went too far. The waiter returned the card to Xinguang, and the manager announced, 30 million once, 30 million twice. And if there are no more bets, then the winner of the private meal has been decided. Ping Taihe was thinking that these losers aren't spending their own money, and Mengxi dared to ask him to help her save face. Who are they to ask him to spend money for their reputation? The protagonist asked Taihe if he wasn't going to bet 30 million and 1 yuan. Just then, his phone started buzzing, and the young master excused himself, while Xinguang announced that he would start eating. Taihe answered the phone, and on the other line it was Xiaoxiao asking what he spent 20 million and 1 yuan on. He answered that it's none of her business and asked if she had anything else to say. She then said that it's none of his business. Their grandfather asked about the money. Taihe was shocked, wondering why the old man was keeping an eye on a couple million. She announced that she was actually at the Shanghai hotel and would talk with him more in person. He asked why she was following him. He could take care of himself without her. He hung up the phone, thinking that he couldn't let her find out his weakness. Xinguang asked him if he was done with his call because he's been waiting for his bet, if he had any more money. Taihe declared that this meal is not worth the money, and he is not crazy enough to spend more money. One of the guys said that this would bring humiliation to the Ping family. Taihe exploded and told him to shut up as he is a nobody, while the manager was trying to control the situation. The manager told Taihe that if he withdraws from the bidding, then the hotel will refund him all his money, and the young man told him to coordinate with his secretary. Xinguang declared that this is boring, while thinking that he hoped to earn even more money. The blonde girl told Mengxi to do something because they will all be humiliated by Xinguang at this rate. The goddess was thinking that she shouldn't have come to this class reunion. She then cutely told her fiancé that this is embarrassing and he should do something about it. He slapped her and called off the engagement for dragging him down and causing troubles. He then said that she should stay as far away from him as she can. She asked how he could break up with her over something so small. It's only 30 million compared to their endless love. He answered that because of her, the Ping family has been humiliated, and there was no love, he only liked her for her looks. He knew that she was only after his money. Xinguang asked the manager if he could eat in peace now, and the manager cleared the room immediately. Taihe then threatened the protagonist that next time things will be different because the Ping family has a lot of power in Sang City. At that moment, someone opened the door and asked what he was talking about. It was Ping Xiaoxiao whom Taihe had hoped to avoid, but she arrived faster than expected. She grabbed him and asked him everything he did today, in extra detail. She released him and then announced that the Ping family will invest 2 billion yuan in Shanghai Hotel. This made everyone realize that the Ping family is truly wealthy and that Xiaoxiao has more power than her brother. She asked the manager to clear the room because she wants to have a talk with Mr. Hang, and the manager complied. The colleagues were wondering if Xinguang is a big shot because Mrs. Ping is offering him time out of her busy schedule. Some were regretting the fact that they offended him, as they didn't expect him to have such a big amount of money. Meanwhile, Xinguang was thinking that this Mrs. Ping is quite interesting. The manager asked everyone to leave as this room is now reserved by their super VIP members. Xiaoxiao told her brother that their grandfather is waiting to have a discussion with him at home. The situation was really awkward, as Taihe was humiliated multiple times today. While the young master was leaving, Mengxi ran after him. She said that this is all her fault and asked him to forgive her and take her with him. At that moment, Xiaoxiao interfered and told the girl to never show herself around anyone from the Ping family or she won't be able to live peacefully. She ran away as fast as she could as that threat was scary. Ping Taihe also left immediately after. Sometime later, the manager announced that they will soon start bringing their fresh dishes. Xiaoxiao asked Xinguang if they can talk now that everyone left. The protagonist declared that it's his honor to talk with the young heiress of the Ping family. She asked if he received the gift she sent and he answered that yes, and was planning on visiting as soon as he finished renovating his house. She then apologized for her brother's behavior. He is hard to keep away from trouble. She asked him to not take his words to heart because the Ping family isn't unreasonable to use its power to bully others. Xiaoxiao also said that she didn't come here to create a conflict with Xinguang. She wanted to stop her brother from damaging the Ping's family reputation. Then asked him to be understanding, and declared that the Ping family will owe him a favor as an apology. She drank the wine as a sign that Mr. Hang and the Ping family are in good relations. The protagonist said that they are neighbors and is open to help each other, but what business does she want to talk with him? She answered that the business talk was just an excuse to get everyone out, but now they should stay here for about 2 hours. Xinguang, while thinking that this woman is not normal, asked if they are going to just sit here. She answered that he could eat all this expensive food, and he invited her to take a seat. She asked him to not mind her and eat, as it's his meal after all. Xinguang didn't hesitate and started eating like he didn't have any for a straight week. Looking at her, he was wondering if she will seriously just sit there for the next 2 hours. She was thinking that he doesn't seem to be picky about the food. But Xinguang wasn't able to fully enjoy his meal having her stare at him eat. He then asked if she is sure about having nothing to talk about. She answered that they just met and don't know each other, so no subject to talk about comes to mind. He was thinking that she is making sense, but it's too uncomfortable to be watched while eating. His phone started ringing and said that he needs to pick it up. It was Gao Wen, who said that she finished the business talks and asked where is he. Xinguang, while thinking that this is perfect, told her the exact location. Moments later, Xinguang announced that his friend arrived and went to open the door. Gao Wen entered and asked if he is enjoying his meal with his colleagues. Seeing only 2 people, asked if this wasn't supposed to be a class reunion. Zia Xiao declared that she has an emergency that she needs to take care of and left. Xinguang was wondering what happened with waiting for 2 hours, and Gao Wen wanted to know why did she leave right after she arrived. After that, Gao Wen asked where is everyone else, wasn't this supposed to be a group meal? Was that one of your classmates? Xinguang answered that no, the story is quite long. Later, after she heard the story, Gao Wen said that this meal is too expensive and they should eat it even if they won't get their money's worth. She then said that rich people really treat money like it's just dirt. Xinguang said that if she sticks with him, she will see more of this, and asked how did things go with the client. She answered that live streaming merchandise deal was finalized and she already selected a couple of streamers to focus on this market as is the new trend, plus she also connected with some writers to create their commercial scripts. Xinguang declared that having her as only a streamer was a crime against her talents because she is too good. She remembered all the hate that reduced her to being an online prostitute she received while being a streamer. And then declared that she is truly grateful for giving her this opportunity and chance to show what she can do, because it took her out of the darkest place. He showed her that she can be more than a flirtatious streamer, she is now Director Gao, respected by partners and brands. The protagonist told her that this is just the beginning, if they continue to work together, they will achieve even greater success. He then raised his glass and proposed a toast. The wine glasses clinked and Gao Wen wished for a successful partnership. Xinguang agreed, to a successful partnership. He then said that they should eat because the food cost him a fortune, and she agreed. Thank you for watching the 6th part of the series The Ultimate Wantless Godly Rich System. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments if you would spend that amount of money to humble your old colleagues. I would, but I don't have anywhere near that amount. Goodbye.